Liberty High School Grenadier Band has been fortunate to be invited to the anniversary of Pearl Harbor on 3 occasions. This past occasion, the 75th anniversary, was an opportunity that we couldn't pass up on. Taking over 299 students to Hawaii is a huge expense, but totally worth every penny. Taking students on a trip of this nature not only introduces them to new cultures, an experience of a lifetime, and the opportunity to share in one of the world's darkest days, an event that shaped the history of the United States of America. It's our job to offer opportunities like this to our students, and we'll help them to grow as individuals and as a group in total. The trip was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and my job as band director is to make sure that these experiences occur.
Monday morning, I had to be at Liberty at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was the most excited person in the world.
I remember feeling very anxious and excited and nervous.
Coming into the auditorium the day we left, I was really looking forward to enjoying everyone's company on the plane and just getting ready to perform and be the honor band on the trip.
Yeah, I was excited because then you're moving out of the cold Pennsylvania area into sunny Hawaii.
It was the first time that I was going on a plane flight that I was going to remember, and just the fact of going so far for so long without my family, it was the first time I'd done something like that. But it was definitely worth it in the end because it was really great to finally get to Hawaii.
You don't go to Hawaii every day, you know, it's a great experience to go there. I was just really excited and really tired at the same time, but Hawaii was coming, so I was real excited. As we were coming into Hawaii and descending, you could see the whole island. You could see the mountains, all the town below. It was really cool to see that.
I was kind of really overjoyed that we were finally on the ground after 11 and a half hours in the air.
Because there was a lot of nerves the entire flight, but once we got off the plane and I could feel that it wasn't freezing cold outside anymore, just knowing that we were in Hawaii and we were gonna pretty much start this adventure of a lifetime was really amazing.
Because I'm here, I'm finally here. I waited forever to get on this trip, and I'm finally here. It's a feeling you can't really ever live.
The guy was giving us the lei, and that was really, really cool. And then you could smell that fresh Hawaiian air, you know.
When I first got in Hawaii, I was amazed. It was a beautiful view. The weather was awesome. Oh, I loved it. I realized that it wasn't just a beach town, like there are city areas, especially where we were. There was the downtown area right next to it.
All the activities and tours that we did on the trip really opened my eyes to the Polynesian culture.
Learning about the cultures was probably the most enjoyable thing about the trip. Learning how other people live their lives, it's kind of like enlightening in a sense.
Nowadays, our generations are kind of like just stuck on social media, and we're kind of stuck within our own culture, and we don't really experience any other culture. So, I guess opening your eyes to what other parts of the world and how their cultures are.
They're very together, they do a lot of things together, and embracing their culture with their food and dancing.
I thought it wouldn't be too different from what I've experienced every day because it's a modern state in the United States.
But the fact that it is an island and it's aside from the actual country, they are their own culture and have, you know, so many different traditions and meanings behind everything that I would have never known if I had not gone there.
I think it was definitely to show us just how important it is to be aware of the different cultures that are around us and in our own country that we might not have been aware of before.
I learned how to hula dance, I learned how to climb a palm tree. It was things that you couldn't really experience around these areas that we live.
I think the reason why we did all the cultural activities throughout the trip was to really learn the importance and the honor we had being the honorary band.
The importance behind the performances that we did in Hawaii were for all those servicemen and women who pay the ultimate sacrifice.
We were all there to show our bond as a country and honor those lives that we lost in Pearl Harbor.
Also knowing that's the 75th anniversary and that we came there to perform for everybody and their families and friends all there at the same time. It was just a real great feeling.
When I visited Pearl Harbor, it was a touching moment realizing how many people actually lost their lives and seeing the Arizona, the ship itself, and the water and the oil, it was very touching. It was one of those times where you just don't have any words, like you're entirely focused on where you are.
It kind of opened people's eyes to what actually happened at Pearl Harbor rather than just saying, oh, Pearl Harbor was a devastating day, not really understanding it. People were kind of shocked into silence when they saw the memorial because it's so beautiful and sad at the same time.
Trying to imagine how it was back then, imagining people my age who were serving and then just died on that day.
Seeing it will definitely give me a different outlook on life, really realizing how lucky I am and how we had those wonderful people who have lost their lives for us. It definitely gave me a stronger appreciation for what the armed forces do for us and how far they're willing to go to protect the freedoms that we have.
It also really made me think of my grandfather, who was a World War II veteran, and pretty much just feel so thankful that we had heroes in our lives when we were not even born yet, and to be able to live now and be free and be the country that we are is a blessing. And then the parade, the holiday parade, we were the honorary band for that, and that was very important because we were asked to come to Hawaii for that.
It's not just a holiday parade. You celebrate the lives that were lost and the lives that were saved. And to see all the people come out to this event, it's truly a great feeling.
It had a bigger impact than the parades we've previously done just because it was a spectacle of support for Pearl Harbor, and there were Pearl Harbor veterans watching the parade, and it was just one of those things that you know that you aren't going to be able to do again.
Knowing that the parade was for the 75th anniversary, it made me just want to do my absolute best, keep in step, keep in line, guide right, play as best as I can because it's only one time that we get to come down to Hawaii and perform with the band, so I was all out or nothing.
Well, it's always important to make sure that you have everything for your performance ready, to make sure that you learn about cultures in the society that you just walked into, but it's also beneficial to roam the island by yourself.
Well, when we scaled Diamond Head, that was probably one of my favorite parts of the trip, and we got up there real quick.
Went to the top, you could see the whole entire island, you could take some really cool pictures.
That was a beautiful view. It definitely was an eye-opener to what the island looked like.
It was amazing to make it to the top, even though my legs were ready to fall off. But being on top of the mountain and looking over the view to the ocean and the city, it was amazing and it was beautiful.
We just saw how the changing of color in the water and how it melded and meshed into Waikiki itself. And then you looked back more and you had more suburban areas, and then you had more mountainous areas. So you could see like a full transition, and it's just all around you. And you can just feel the wind, and it felt really good. I feel like you can see everything from up there.
The catamaran ride was definitely an amazing experience. I don't think I'd ever done anything like that before. It really opened up like the beauty of the island because you could see how blue the water was. You could see Diamond Head from where they took us.
We actually went really far out, which was cool. As you looked out to the shore, you could see the whole entire island, the mountains going even higher than the clouds. You could see your hotel, you could see the people surfing on the beach too. And it was real cool because you don't get that in PA.
Having experiences on the island like the catamaran and hiking Diamond Head, they're one in a million. You could never do them again. So hiking Diamond Head and seeing the beautiful views, it's life-changing. I have no other words to describe that.
The benefit of free time was to really see what the island is like, just to see the everyday life in Hawaii.
For us students to actually enjoy the island, you had the time to go to the beach, the time to just chill and relax, just let all your worries go, just to calm your state of mind into a more peaceful setting than a hectic city.
Know that you're there on a band trip, but you get to stay away from that for a while because you don't have to worry about getting your instruments ready or all that. You just have time to yourself to just relax, do whatever you want because it's Hawaii. You get to do whatever you want in Hawaii. How many people can say that?
I don't think that this trip would have been as memorable or fun going by myself because mainly I wouldn't know what to do.
Overall, this was a more educational experience than the one I would have if I were alone.
We participated in similar activities to make it more of a family vacation.
I think had I visited by myself, I wouldn't have nearly had as much fun because all of my memories were made with my friends. It's friends like these and family like the band that makes trips like this worthwhile because you can experience it together.
It wasn't all just about being in Hawaii itself. It was being with the people and sharing the memories and sharing all the laughs and the adventures.
And you can all become closer because you have this once-in-a-lifetime experience all under your belts and you can say, we did that together.
So as we left Hawaii, there was one thing in my mind that stuck out, and that was going to Pearl Harbor and seeing, the ship that sank and all the men's names who died that day. I think that's going to stick with me for the rest of my life, and it was a really great experience.
I will carry the experience of just the culture that's there, being able to actually see the memorials and see what happened to other soldiers and the people who lost their lives and now we're able to stand here today.
The world is a lot bigger than just you. All the men and women who fought overseas and in our country have risked their lives so that we can have a free country today.
Something I'll definitely carry with me from this experience is pretty much a thrill to try something new and go out and adventure and want to see more of the world, not just the US.
I'm definitely going to take with me after this experience the strong bond that I've created with the band and with my friends and just realize that things like these aren't nearly as special if you go alone. It was almost as fun as it was because I went with the band, and because of going with the band, I feel like I enjoyed the trip more.
Hawaii!